Hey, it's Jeff. Hey, how you doing? Hey, this is a follow-up. I don't know if you saw a video I put on LinkedIn. If you go find it, I got the same shirt on because it was just about a half hour ago. But I was thinking a follow-up to that would be helpful, at least in my mind. And if you think a little bit like I do, maybe this will make sense to you too. But I was talking about listening. Well, my dogs, for example, I was playing with my dogs outside, and guess what? They listen, they listen, they listen. And sometimes, I think we all listen, but it's a question of what we listen to. And then it's a question of what we end up believing and acting upon and what becomes habitual. Does it serve us to our greater outcome or not? And in wealth creation, I think oftentimes it doesn't. What the Wall Streets, the financial institutions, and the federal government's actions and things are they put in front of us don't necessarily have us in our first in line or have our best interest in mind. Would you agree that possibly those entities don't always have you at the front of the line in what they're doing? It's something worth considering and exploring a conversation on. But I have a video I wanted to share that's, I'll cut it short of a little less than 2 minutes, but it's about a comparison between two wealthy names that I'm sure you've heard of and the outcomes generations later because of some steps they took and the same kind of steps you and I can take. And we are taking, whether we know it or not, for better or worse. But watch this video about multi-generational wealth. I think you'll really love it. It may spark some ideas in your mind. I'm going to open this up to one of my websites and I'm going to play this little video right here. Hopefully the share comes across. And I'm going to open this up and start this video. I think I'm going to start this video. The internet's grinding away, seeing if we can do two things at once. It's like putting your finger this way and putting your finger that way. Have you ever tried that? I learned to do that when I was a kid, but anyway, the internet is trying to do that.
As hard as it is to accumulate wealth, families have an even harder time keeping it. For example, Cornelius Vanderbilt did a good job of accumulating wealth. When he died in 1877, his heirs inherited the largest fortune ever accumulated. But by 1972, 120 of Vanderbilt's heirs gathered for a family reunion. There was not a single millionaire left among them. It only took 90 years for the largest inheritance ever to be lost, spent, or squandered. Is there a secret to keeping money in your family and keeping it growing from generation to generation? If there is, Mayer Rothschild knew the secret. When Rothschild died in 1822, instead of dividing his fortune amongst his heirs, he left his money in a family bank. The Rothschilds' family bank had one simple rule. Any member of the family could take out a loan from the family bank, but it had to be repaid with interest. If a family member wanted to get an education, start a business, or invest in an asset, he could go to the family bank and borrow the money that he needed. But when he graduated from college, got his business up and going, or sold the asset that he'd invested in, he had to pay back the family bank. How successful was Rothschilds in keeping and growing the family's fortune? Current estimates are that the Rothschilds' fortune is worth between $1 trillion and $100 trillion. That means if the Rothschilds got together for a family reunion, there could be 1 million family members in attendance and every one of them could be a millionaire. How would you like to build a private family bank and keep your family's wealth growing from generation to generation?
Powerful, right? It's pretty amazing. Go back and watch it again. It's about a little bit of placement. It's about what bucket are you putting your assets in, or buckets. There should be more than one. All the eggs don't go in one basket. I don't care how smart a person is. That's something to consider. It's a conversation to have. And my intention would be just to help you with some ideas that would serve you to a greater outcome. If you knew there were some things you could do that slightly adjust what you're doing to radically change the trajectory of where you'll end up and how you'll live out your life and how you'll retire and how you'll receive income and how it'll be passed on. If that's something that is interesting to you, something you'd like to explore, I'd invite you to jump on my calendar and let's have a 15-minute conversation. I think you'll come away with some greater ideas and greater understanding of things you may be able to apply. And not because I am such a smart person. I've learned some of these things along the way. I have resources and I'm resourceful. And my greatest gift is to share resources with other people. And that's what I want to do with you. Hey, I hope you get in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you more. Have a great day. This is Jeff Drake. Bye for now.